And I just want to reiterate what I just said, which is, seems to me that on the policy matters, that there's really not that much of a debate. President Trump did achieve a big turnaround in the orientation of the party towards the kind of working people that have been left behind for so long. You see that in the support coming back to the party. More polls out showing that the whole time. The Republican Party really is becoming this multiracial working class coalition. And the policies to support that and strengthen that, adding to them with policies, as I just said, that appeal more to younger voters and so on, that's a positive future that I think the vast majority of the party can get behind.
No, that's right, Stephen. I want to thank you for having me on this evening. The policies of the Trump administration, where we saw lower taxes, we saw greater freedom of opportunity and entrepreneurship, those things like entrepreneurship, being able to work for yourself, to have a dream, and to see that dream to fruition, were policies embraced by the former president. And those are things that we should be embracing as a party, is talking to the millions of Americans who feel like their voices are not being heard right now, which is how Trump became so popular with millions of people across the country. And that's important that we take those ideas. We saw Operation Warp Speed. We saw vaccinations for COVID-19 made in 10 months rather than 10 years. Those are the things, policy-wise, that we have to get back to. And I respect Reagan's 11th commandment. I've never once gone after Representative Matt Gaetz or said anything negative, and I won't do that. I'm not going to take the bait tonight, and I don't know why he even wanted to go there. We have to follow the policies that make us freer and more prosperous and stop attacking one another if we want to win in 2 years and 4 years from now.
Yeah, and as I said, not just setting out that positive alternative, that's vital. And I think we've talked about what the components of that could be, and there'll be more of that in our show tonight. But also holding the Biden regime accountable for what they're doing. You're already seeing the beginnings of an agenda there that's going to really hurt working Americans.
Right, and it's troubling. We saw last week when we had the budget reconciliation process, all this talk about unity, and Democrats not once, at least on the 3 committees that I sat on, allowed a single Republican amendment to pass at that point. And so the talk about unity was just talk. There's not a two-way street there. And these are very serious issues that we have to grapple with, and we're in the minority, and it's going to be very challenging over the next 2 years.
And just one last thought I just wanted to get your view on, which is the point I mentioned at the end there, which is, yes, we can talk about policy, that's vital, but it's not just about policy, it's that attitude, particularly when people see the onslaught of this kind of the leftist woke agenda clamping down on free speech and free expression. I think people want to see the party as a whole really fight back against that strongly.
Right, and the problem with that is once you take our freedoms away, it's very hard to get it back. And we see that, I mean, just look at it right now with the left and the fencing and razor wire in D.C., but they won't fund a wall. You know, they're more interested in keeping open borders and keeping our schools open. And these are the things that we really have to talk about to help win back the heart, spirit, and minds of hardworking Americans all across the country right now.
Yeah, you put that very well. Strongly agree with that. Appreciate you coming on tonight, and we'll see you soon. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, thank you.
Thank you.